Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. If it is your first time here, welcome. My name is Nelly Swa. So today we're gonna be doing a little chit chat video, a little advice video, or I don't like saying like advice video, but just like an experience video, a sharing video, a chatty video. I don't know what we call them. But today we're going to be talking about the 5 things that I wish I did while I was in university. So if you are in university currently in undergrad, yeah, you might find this video interesting. If you are done with university, go ahead and comment down below with the things that you maybe wish that you did as well, some advice to undergrad students. I know there's a lot of chit chat, especially if you're in science. I know there's been a lot of chit chat about BSc being like a useless degree or whatever, but even if you're not in BSc, just some things that you wish that you did while you were in university. Okay, so I got my little notebook here. I've never. Why? Okay, so first on the list is I wish that I had gotten a part-time job. Guys, I look back and I just think about the time that I had and the money I could have made with a part-time job. So my backstory is that I was doing a BSc in molecular biology and biotechnology, which is a 3-year course. First year was quite demanding, especially because you had more subjects, or more modules rather, and of course it's your first time there. It's like your first year in university, you're just adjusting, so understandably it might have been difficult in the first semester. In the second semester it definitely would have been possible. I'm just thinking about also how, I'm not going to say it wasn't serious, but the work was it was like not that specific. Do you get what I mean? Like it's first year, so you do like a broad set of modules, or you cover a broad set of topics, so it really didn't require a lot. Well, personally, that's how I experienced it. The studying, I could study like the week before and get or achieve some really good marks, so I would have had enough time in first year. Second year was a bit tricky, I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit tricky, but there were people who were working. It clearly was manageable for them. And yeah, I think that second year and third year, I definitely had a lot more time because there's a lot less modules. It's more specific. You're going to choose your majors. Yes, you're going to choose your major subjects. So it's not as broad as first year would have been. So yeah, not only for the sake of making money, but also just to add it to my CV, just to have like some sort of work experience, because I find that, or someone had told me this, Uguti, it's not so much about the job that you're doing or on your CV, it's just so that during that time employers can see that you're actually employable, you're able to work, like you've had experience in a working environment. So just that little bit experience, like either in waitressing or in retail especially, I mean, that would have helped a lot to have at least some kind of work experience on your CV. Also for later on, maybe if you want to have like a part-time job, it definitely would have helped to have that on my CV. Even if you feel like you don't need the money or the extra money, if you're fortunate enough to have an allowance from your parents, or you have a bursary or whatever, I think definitely just to be able to have that experience and have that on your CV, to have references, is definitely a plus that would have come in handy right about now. So the second thing on my list is saving money. Guys, I wish that I had saved more money, definitely. I mean, there's not much more to speak on that. Yeah, it just would have been nice to save more money, because I'm not going to say that I wasted a lot of money in undergrad, because I definitely bought things of substance many times. Some things were, of course, like you are young, you are having fun, you are going out, you are experiencing university, you know, it happens. But to at least have had some sort of savings that had accumulated interest would have been nice, because I feel like if I had learned that habit earlier, it would have been easier now, especially because I need a lot more things now. So maybe I would have been able to buy nicer things. Because when you start working, or you finish with undergrad, you start to like, or you move out on your own, rather, should I say, you move out of res, you move into like a space, you're gonna want to buy like furniture, you're gonna want to buy nice furniture, you're gonna want to buy clothes and things, because you're a bit more grown now. You want like better things, you want nicer things. So it definitely would have helped to save. So if you are an undergrad and you could spare a couple of hundreds, save. Like, it might not seem like a lot, like 100 rand a month, but it adds up, guys. If you do 100 rand every single month, after a year you have 1,200. Now if you do your 3 years of university, and maybe you can even save more than 100 rand, but let's just keep it at 100 rand, you can save 1,200 every year. How much is that? 3,600. I mean, that's a weave. Come on. I think I even got my couch with that money roundabout. So just to have something to hold on to by the end of university. So the third thing on my list, which I feel is very important, especially for third year, second year, people approaching the end of their degree, is I wish that I had gotten to know my lecturers a lot better. Obviously not in the sense of like outside of school, like, or outside of campus, or on a personal level, no. I mean just on a professional level. Not only just researching what exactly they do, because you'll be shocked. Like, some lecturers are so modest and so low-key, if I can say that you just think like, oh, okay, they just studied, and like, I don't know, when I was in undergrad, it was kind of this perception of, oh, like, it's so boring, you know what I mean? Like, there's not much. I didn't really think about like their achievements and the things that they did until I looked it up in third year, until I found out exactly the type of research they'd done, the type of work that they had done, how impressive they really are. So you'll be surprised, because not every lecturer shares that type of information. Uti, like, I've done A, B, C, and D, this is who I am, I'm a big deal. You have to do that yourself. So I wish that I'd done that earlier. So what I mean also with getting to know your lecturers better is I wish I'd scheduled more consultations with them, especially before exams, because a lot of the time, like, what I would do, if I don't understand something, I'll ask my friend who understands it and they explain it, which is great, it's still effective. But if you make meetings with lecturers, they start to be familiar with your face. Like, they see you more, they interact with you more, your name pops up a little bit more. So whenever you need references, then you have people to go to, you're familiar to them, they know your face, they know that you're putting in effort, they can see the effort that you're putting in to the work or the subject matter. So it's very important, guys, to familiarize yourself with lecturers. Like, that thing will help you when it comes to recommendations, or even just when it comes to advising the different like career paths that you can take, the study options that you can take when you want to apply for postgrad. Those recommendations come in handy. Them being familiar with your face and who you are comes in handy. So use your time, use your resources while they are there, because those people, because more often than not, they're there to help you and they're willing to help you and give you the information. I remember in second year, I had a really great genetics lecturer who I had booked an appointment with him to ask about like genetics and what I could do with it, because I wasn't really sure exactly where am I heading with the degree at the time. So he had given me so much useful information about what I could study, what I could use with genetics, the different programs that were available that I wouldn't have found out about, or information about them wasn't like freely available on the internet or on the prospectus or whatever it is. It's just stuff that I would have heard from him or someone from the department personally. So things like that, like you just don't know what's out there, because obviously you're a student, they have a lot more experience, they are connected with a lot more people, yeah, they just know a lot more. So definitely don't be shy to ask your lecturer what you can do with the subject or what you can do in the field. Should you continue with the subject or should you continue with the major? Because a lot of them you'll find are so keen to help you and tell you about the career, tell you about like the opportunities that are out there, information that you wouldn't have gotten had you not booked the appointment. So definitely do yourself a favor, especially if you are in life sciences. So the fifth, to inquire about holiday jobs, and that's holiday jobs on campus in your department. Not only holiday jobs, but to inquire about internships as well, jobs in general that for graduates or undergraduates that I could have possibly taken on. Because I feel like, yeah, at least I heard that there were some lab volunteering jobs that were available that people went and inquired about or asked to be a part of. They weren't really advertised. So just to be enthusiastic about asking, like, go fetch the opportunities is what I'm trying to say, is make the opportunities for yourself, because you don't always get told, Uguti, you know, this is available, or you don't always get invited to come and do certain things. It just helps to go out by yourself and find out about it. So yeah, that's also just something that would have been nice to add to a CV, would have definitely helped your opportunities to study further or help your application to study further or get a job afterwards. Yeah, it just would have been nice. I wish that I had been brave enough to inquire about those certain things, or even just like thought, oh, there's possibly something like that, you know what I mean? Because I think we get caught up in science, especially with like a passive mentality, like, okay, you finish studying, you study, you're a student, you finish that, you find a job in whatever field that you studied. And we see more and more that it's actually not like that, especially when you're a science student. You have to find your own opportunities. You have to adapt your degree to suit your interests, to suit your needs. You know, you have to mold it into what you need it to be, because it's not always possible just to find what you want. It's not like if you study BAc, you know, you're going into accounting. With BSc, it's a lot more versatile. You have to be able to market yourself. You have to be able to find your own opportunities. You have to be able to find opportunities, is what I have learned over these few years doing BSc. So definitely I wish that I had thought to look for opportunities a lot more. If you're in third year or second year, actually I would even say in second year already start looking for what type of opportunities are out there, not just for holidays, for after studying, like what type of internships you could get if you decide to go into the work environment immediately, or just in case you don't manage to get into an honors course or postgraduate course. I think definitely by second year, start asking around, start looking around at what type of opportunities are available, start reaching out, and yeah, I think that's everything covered. Finally, to wrap up this video, or the last 2 points, it's a double barrel point. Does that make sense? Is that a thing? Whatever. But my last 2 points is that I am glad that I did not listen to negativity throughout varsity. Guys, it's already hard enough to take chances without people being negative in your ear, or people telling you you can't do this, or it's not possible, or whatever. Take your leaps of faith and have positive people around you. Do not listen to negativity, because that'll stop you from applying for a lot of things. Like, I can't even imagine where I would be if I had listened to negativity. And sometimes it's not even people being malicious, it's just out of their own fears or their own experiences. It's just how they experience the world, and sometimes that becomes projected. But yeah, just always have that thing, Uti, you know what, my purpose. I have my purpose, I have my dreams, I have my goals. God gave you those for a reason. They did not come out of nowhere, and they are surely achievable. So never, ever, 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 ever listen to negativity. If you are an undergrad right now and you are striving to get into a certain course, or you're striving to get into a certain career or whatever, do not let people derail you. Do not let people discourage you. I know there's been a lot of talk, especially on social media, about BSc being a useless degree or useless degrees, and how you're not going to get a job in this country. Don't listen to that stuff. There are opportunities for those of us who will go out and get them. Obviously, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be, you know, handed to you. Sometimes there's a wait, sometimes there's a delay, but everything all in due time. If it is meant for you and you work hard to pursue it, you will definitely get it. So just keep positive, pray, 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 pray. When it is your time, the clock will work without batteries. I'm telling you, like, yeah. God's timing is the perfect timing. So work hard, do your best, do what you can. You will get there. We will get there. And I'm following this advice as well, because I'm still on my journey. But we will definitely get there. So yeah, that's basically the video for this week. I hope that you enjoyed it. Comment down below if you have any additional tips. If you are in varsity currently, is any of this useful to you? If you are done with varsity, what was useful to you when you were in varsity? Cut the cameras. It's obviously time for me to go. But yeah, comment down below, guys. I'm very interested, especially people in other fields. What are the things that you wish that you did, things that you are glad that you did in this current conversation that's going on about useless degrees? And we know the situation in South Africa of jobs being hard to find. If you are someone who managed to make it against all odds, please definitely share your story down below, share your tips. It could possibly help other people. Definitely, we would love to hear from you. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. If you did, remember to subscribe. Share it with a friend who might find it helpful. And yeah, I will see you next week.